What does a murderer look like? Our culture has fed us images of crazed, wild-eyed monsters, but the terrifying truth is that some of the most dangerous individuals look just like us. They smile, they are calm, they are composed, and they wear a mask so perfectly crafted that it can chill you to the bone. Today, we begin a 3-part deep dive into one of the most unsettling pieces of footage in modern true crime: the final transfer of Lori Vallow Daybell to prison to begin her life sentence for the murder of her own children. In this first part, we will focus on the very first moments of this walk. We will analyze her posture, her gait, and the subtle smirk she wears to reveal the powerful psychological armor of a classic narcissist confronting the ultimate defeat. What you are about to see is a performance, a deliberate projection of an identity so disconnected from reality. It's horrifying. Let's break it down. The first thing we must analyze is her affect, which is the psychological term for the observable expression of emotion. A typical person in this situation would display signs of extreme distress: slumped shoulders, downcast eyes, perhaps tears, a shuffling walk. This is the body language of shame, grief, and defeat. Observe her facial muscles. There's a distinct lack of tension around her eyes and mouth, which is where stress, sadness, and fear typically manifest. Instead, we see the flicker of what can only be described as a smirk. It is faint, but it is undeniably there. This is a classic example of a phenomenon known as duping delight. The term duping delight was coined by the world-renowned psychologist and body language expert, Dr. Paul Ekman. It refers to the flash of pleasure or smug satisfaction a person experiences when they believe they are successfully deceiving someone. It's the thrill of getting away with it, even when, by all objective measures, you've been caught and are facing the ultimate consequence. But what is Lori getting away with? She isn't escaping prison. In her mind, she's getting away with something far more important. She is successfully protecting her internal narrative. She believes she holds a secret, divine truth that no one else in that hallway, not the jury who convicted her, not the judge who sentenced her, not the officers now escorting her, can possibly comprehend. Her smirk is a nonverbal signal of this perceived superiority. It says, you all think you've won. You think this is justice, but you're fools operating on a low mortal plane. You don't know the real story. You don't understand God's plan. I do. It's a horrifying display of pathological detachment. She is so profoundly disconnected from the reality of her crimes, the smell of the dirt in the pet cemetery, the final moments of her children's lives, that she can find a moment of smug satisfaction in her own twisted sense of spiritual enlightenment. This behavior is not unique to her. It is a pattern seen in some of the most infamous killers in history. Ted Bundy, for example, often displayed an unnervingly charming, confident, and even arrogant demeanor throughout his trials. Bundy was a classic malignant narcissist. He used his good looks and intelligence as a mask to hide the monster beneath. He saw the entire legal process not as a moral reckoning for his brutal crimes, but as an intellectual game, a stage on which to perform and assert his superiority over the lesser minds of the attorneys and the judge. Lori Vallow is channeling that exact same energy. The stage is a prison hallway. and the performance is one of untouchable grandiosity.
Her calm demeanor isn't just confidence. There's a disturbing layer rooted in apocalyptic religious beliefs.
So far, we've broken down the mask of the narcissist. We've seen the confident posture and the smug smirk of someone living in a reality of their own making. But this is only the first layer of her complex psychological defense. Her calm demeanor isn't just about confidence. There's another, stranger, and even more disturbing layer to it, rooted in her apocalyptic religious beliefs. It's what she does next, in the eerie silence of that hallway, that reveals the truly bizarre spiritual world she's built to justify the unjustifiable. In Part 2, we will analyze the specific gestures that show she believes she isn't just walking to prison. She believes she's walking towards heaven. Click the link on your screen to watch Part 2 of this analysis, The Saint of the Cell Block. You won't want to miss it.